welcome to Easy Weekends.
It's Easy Weekends.
Cats can't see me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back at it again. It's a Sitdown. It's your guy, EmEz. Welcome. Today we have the queen of crypto, Jewel Tankard.
Yep, that's it.
From Detroit.
Yes.
Listen, the only other woman I've ever met from Detroit was Cash Doll. When Cash Doll came up, and Cash Doll was tall, and you're tall. Is there something in Detroit's water that make y'all with tall?
I think it is. I think it's something going on in the water. And we all hustlers, too.
Amen to that.
Listen, we play no games with the bag.
So talk to me about this crypto hustle and how you became the queen of crypto.
Right. So basically, I got introduced to crypto like 6 years ago. I was already involved in like real estate, gold, silver, and oil. And so when I heard
Hold on. How'd you get involved in that? You can't just say that. That's not something people in our community are privy to. Talk to me about that first.
Right. Well, you know what? I grew up with a family of entrepreneurs. My parents are the first African Americans to have a business downtown Detroit, and I saw them make a lot of money. His and her Rolls Royce, his and her Mercedes. 19, we lost everything. I was devastated because I thought we were wealthy, but Dad was a great producer, but never invested. So when any kind of pivot happened in the business cycle, he wasn't prepared. So it made me really like, okay, I got to really make sure that I understand the power of investing. And my mom let her make all the financial decisions. So she didn't trust her guts. I was really like, I took that personal.
So you had money growing up.
Yes, I did.
And then you lost it.
Yeah.
Was there a bounce back for your family?
There was a bounce back for my family. My parents are in construction today and they're doing really well. But what I noticed when I pulled out all the weeds, Dad never really saved. He never really invested. Though he made a lot of money, he pretty much was a consumer. Mm-hmm. So that's what really made me like, okay, I'm going to make sure that never happens to me, because it was devastating. Everything we possessed in a cold house in Detroit, little food, it was tight. Mm.
You said you wanted to never have that happen to you. What were the steps you took to make sure that didn't happen to you?
Well, I started connecting with people, business people that I saw really outlast recessions. That really was amazing to me, because when the recession happened for my parents, it was devastation. But I also saw other people, entrepreneurs, that never had to change their lifestyle, didn't have to change where they lived, didn't have to pull little Johnny out of private school. So I was like, okay, what are y'all doing? And I found out that they became avid investors in gold and silver and oil wells and real estate.
What is that, an avid investor? What does that mean?
That means somebody who really invests on a regular basis. So just like we pay bills every week, you start investing every week. And when you start investing every week, eventually you get to the point where you can live off of the return of your investments, not just your income that you made from a job.
I'm flabbergasted, because I feel like these are things in our community that we don't get taught. Especially, I'm West Indian. Y'all know I'm Haitian. My mom was someone that didn't give us any kind of knowledge on money. She didn't let us know how she paid a bill, how to save it, nothing. Yeah. So as you speak to me, give me some tips.
Okay, that's good.
On how to get to the position where you're at.
That's good. And let me say that even in my household, even though we grew up with money, it was never discussed. It wasn't discussed, oh, you better pay your taxes. Oh, you better get an accountant and reconcile your books. It was never discussed. So I had to get hungry to say, okay, I'm about to learn about this. So the first thing I would say is recognize that you deserve to be paid. So just like you paid that water bill and that electric bill, you got to pay yourself. And paying yourself is not a Gucci bag, right? It's not Louis. It's making sure that you find an investment, and you can start with little. For example, 1 ounce of silver right now, about $21, right? An ounce of gold, about $1,200. But you don't have to buy the whole ounce, or $1,500, I think. You don't have to buy the whole ounce. You can buy it in fractions. So the thing with investing, you got to start where you are, even if it's $10 a week. You can buy $10 a week worth of Bitcoin. You can set it up on autosave. You see what I'm saying? So start where you are and keep growing, but always put yourself in the equation. Don't ever be willing to just pay all your bills out and then you'll have nothing that you can put your hands on.
Okay. I have a 401k.
Yes. Good job.
Okay. All right. At least
But I would want to scale you, though. You see what I'm saying, EmEz? I would say the 401k is good, but most people's 401k, when they get ready to retire, is 50%. Because you got to also remember, if your money is not outrunning inflation, then eventually you will end up still. That's why most people downgrade when they get older. Not because they all want to, they have to, because they just don't have enough assets to live off of, right? So I would scale you and say, okay, EmEz, let's start saving you some crypto. So I would set you up a crypto account.
Okay,
right?
okay. Go ahead. Let's get into this crypto. For someone like me that's oblivious to the crypto world.
Yes.
What is crypto? How does it work?
Yes.
And how do people cash out?
I'm so glad you asked that, EmEz. So basically, cryptocurrency is a digital currency, right? And it's backed by blockchain technology, which is tech. So really, crypto is like tech money. Okay, just to break it down. Each particular cryptocurrency functions to do something different. For example, Ripple impacts like all transactions. So transactions, opposed to them taking hours to go through, they literally can happen in seconds, right? Now milliseconds because of technology. So each cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, they're all separate, right? But the two main cryptocurrencies is Bitcoin and Ethereum.
You're losing me now. You're losing me. You're losing me.
Okay, so look at it like this. Okay, you know what a barcode look like, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's basically, that could be a crypto. It could be a wallet address, and a wallet address is like a bank account for crypto.
Okay, I've heard about the digital, the wallet thing.
Yep, the
Get a
wallet. So that's like a Bank of America, but for crypto, it's just a wallet address. So that's where you hold all your money. So if I wanted to send you some Bitcoin right now, which I'm going to do after this interview, right? I'm going to send you some Bitcoin, just a little bit, a little something,
I'll take anything at this point.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to find your Bitcoin wallet address. So I can move money from my Bitcoin wallet address to your Bitcoin wallet address. Whatever amount of Bitcoin I have within the wallet address is the amount that it's worth, right? Whatever it's worth. So if I have $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, then I have a net worth of $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. If I have 100,
who determines what it's worth?
Okay, now the market fluctuates. So like right now, Bitcoin is sitting around, it's been sitting between 20,000 and 23,000, right? But we saw a high of 67,000. Now listen to this. When it was high, everybody wanted to buy. What I want our people to understand, when it's high, that's not when you buy. You buy when that bad boy start dropping. So like right now, it's at a low. So this would be the time to buy it. So the value is actually determined by the market, right? So every day, every second it moves, just like Apple stock, just like Tesla, just like Amazon. None of those stay the same. They're all moving. What I do is I educate people on where we think the market is headed. Nobody really knows exactly, right? But you can look at past patterns and cycles, and news moves the market, right? So eventually we're going to have a 6-figure Bitcoin.
When you say news moves the market, I forget where I saw this. They were saying that Bitcoin was a scam just to raise certain prices and then people to buy out and cash out. How valid are those claims?
Okay, now that's good. Bitcoin is not a scam, first. Secondly, sometimes there are scammers that work in Bitcoin. Just like prescription medicine, it's not a scam, but it's people who scam prescription medicine, right? I'm saying money, cash money, right? It's not a scam, but you got scammers out there who manipulate it. So Bitcoin itself is the fastest growing asset in the entire world. 2009, when it showed up, it was $10. Today it's 23,000. Fastest growing asset in the entire world. So it's not a scam. But what happens is, what you probably heard, EmEz, was people were like starting to sell off their Bitcoin because when they saw a drop, they got scared. Yeah. Oh my gosh, let me let it go. I tell people, don't sell it, hold it. You only lose when you sell it. Secondly, you got to understand that when that was happening, when the little guys was selling it off, big banks, JP Morgan, right? Bank of America, major players, which we call whales, people that buy a lot of Bitcoin, started buying it up. Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, these white boys going in and they buying it up. So I'm telling our people, whoa, don't buy that Bitcoin. Don't sell that Bitcoin. Hold that, bro. You're going to want that later on.
What are some of the pitfalls in crypto?
That's good. So I would say all cryptocurrencies are not created equal. It's a really good question. I love it. Your brain's working.
I'm trying.
I see it. It's working. That's good. That's what I want people to do. Ask more questions. You know what I'm saying? So all cryptocurrencies are not created equal. So if somebody's listening who kind of into crypto, the top two that I would say everybody needs to be buying is Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? I don't think there's really a lot of pitfalls. Don't go broke trying to buy crypto, but add it to whatever else you're doing in terms of investing in yourself, you know? So I don't think there are a lot of pitfalls. I would just say there's a pitfall if you sell too early because you could lose. If you do sell, make sure you wait till it gets back high. And that's what I do. We educate people on entry and exit into these markets.
What about apps like Acorn? and like that? Are those good apps to help you start to save and learn?
Yeah,
about
I mean,
these
I
type
think
of
it's
things?
cool. Like, I think it's great for, like, you just getting your feet wet. You know what I mean? Stash. Like, you just getting your feet wet. I think it's a good thing to do because it starts you little. But remember, I always want people to think scale. So I'm a star here, but I don't want to stay here. Let me scale. This is just to get my feet wet. You know what I'm saying? To get me comfortable with paying myself.
I see here that you've got a TV show. Let's pivot to this. What is that about?
Okay, so my husband and I, Ben Tankard, who's a very successful jazz artist, we have 5 children. We have a blended family. So he had 4 children. I had 1 child. We got married. We blended the families together. And we really were pushing our children to be entrepreneurs. Then we did stuff to try to keep so much separation out. So we didn't do like stepmama, stepdaddy, stepchildren. And so basically, Bravo, we had some stuff posted on YouTube. Bravo reached out. So we really love your family. We're living very good. And they were like, we want to film this. So they came down and did a sizzle. They loved it. And a year later, we were on Bravo for 3 seasons, came on right after Housewives of Atlanta.
That's amazing. I've got a blended family too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
It's work.
See what happens. So is this a brand new season? It just started?
No. We finished the seasons. And so since then, I now have my own show. But you can watch all those episodes. Jewel Tankard.
So talk to me about your show.
Okay, so my
Tell me the new stuff.
So you can see the old stuff, Thicker Than Water, the Tankards on demand. So you go on demand and watch it. But my show is on Impact Network called The Jewel Tankard Show. And we really focus on finances, faith, family. That's that's my heart. So we really, we focus on that. And then we're about to start a podcast, me and my biological sister and another sister girlfriend of ours who are heavy Black women, beautiful in crypto, called Queens of Crypto. We'll be launching it in September. So I'm really excited about that.
How did you become the queen of crypto?
Basically, because I think I just dived into this joint like... I just dived in. Like, I wanted to understand everything about it. I felt like it was economic disruption at its finest. I saw a lot of people who don't look like us make a ton of money. Word. And I was like, I'm about to figure this out. And I just started learning as I was going. And just like you, EmEz, I just kept asking questions, kept building my portfolio, kept buying. And next thing you know, I built, a pretty strong multiple $1-million portfolio just in crypto by itself. And I've been able to do a lot of other really cool, amazing things like give away cars to single parents because I was a single parent once. So I am like on a mission to educate our people and really want women in particularly to get involved. Even if your man say he don't or he gonna wait, you need to boss up and learn, girl, because it's a lot of money over here.
Is there a secret to crypto?
So I think you just have to understand that it is just like how, think about like Facebook and Instagram, like it changed how we communicated with everyone in the entire world. And it changed the entire world. It just wasn't, like United States or Australia or Ireland. Social literally changed how we communicate with the entire world. The internet did. Cryptocurrency is going to do the same thing. I mean, we have major countries like El Salvador and other countries who are totally saying we're moving over to Bitcoin. It is the only way. As a matter of fact, a lot of the aid that Russia just got help with, somebody sent over like 70 million worth of Bitcoin to be able to aid in stopping the war. Wow. So I'm sorry, not to Russia, but to the Ukraine. So when you look at, because if I want to move $1 million from here to the Ukraine, I can wire it, but then it can be traced. But if I send $1 million of Bitcoin, nobody ever knows that I sent it because it's decentralized banking.
Why don't you want it to be like, again, you're not doing any illegal transactions. Why do you care if it's being traced or not? Well,
that's the thing about it. It doesn't necessarily always mean that it's illegal, but this is why the government is trying to figure out how can they kind of get their hands on it. Because honestly, a lot of people have not necessarily always pay taxes, especially if it stays in the world of crypto. If I move crypto to a checking account, that's now centralized banking. Anybody can see it. The IRS can see it. But if I move it from one crypto platform to another crypto platform, no one really can see that unless I give them privy to that information. You don't know who owns what.
So it's the privacy factor.
That's it right there, EmEz. That's it. You said it. You cracked the code, bro.
I ask questions to listen so I can understand.
Yeah.
I was gonna let you go, but I wanted to ask one more question about life insurances, and people putting money up against life insurances.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about that a little bit?
Okay, absolutely. But I have to just give you a quick shout out because in the beginning, I know you felt like you really knew very little, but I could tell from your line of questioning, your financial instinct is definitely peaked and working. And so that's going to work for you because it's going to always lead you to wealth.
Thank you.
So secondly, insurance is absolutely, it's what the wealthy use. The wealthy don't put their income into checking or savings account. They put their money into whole life or index universal life policies that earn them a much greater interest. They use it just like a checking account. They deposit in it, then they allow it to earn interest, and they turn around, pay bills, they get more income and put it right in that life insurance policy.
So that's something that we could do as Black and brown people.
Absolutely.
Y'all paying attention, right? Y'all paying attention. Okay. Anything else you want people to know besides the crypto stuff, the show that you're doing? What else are you a part of?
So I think I just want people to know, like, obviously we're in a crazy recession right now. Interest rates are crazy, 40-year high in inflation. And I don't think it's going to turn around anytime soon. Gas prices are crazy.
Don't tell me that.
But this is what I want to say, though. This is what I want to say, because it does. It impacts everything. Food prices, shipping, everything. During times of recession, huge opportunity for wealth.
That's when the rich get richer.
Listen, say it again.
That's when the rich get richer during the recession.
Listen, like for real. So this is a time where I want our people to get up like, hey, what about this? What about that? Get with the right community. Most of the stuff that I've been able to build where wealth is concerned is because of the community. It's not like I knew everything. It was me having a conversation with him that had a conversation with her. Then she called me back and said, oh, did you know such and such did this? This is what I do all the time. When I got my wealth squad. When I see one of them call, I'm picking up because I already know it's about increase.
Money, exactly.
Listen, so that's what, and it can be for anybody who I think makes a decision. I'm not about to get beat up right now.
Gotcha. Jewel, thank you.
Absolutely.
This was fun.
This
was educational, and I had fun doing it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
let them know how to
having
follow
me.
you. Let them know how to be a part of any endeavors that you got going on, please.
Absolutely. So I'm actually coming back to New York, EmEz, in November, bringing 50 investors with me, women, female investors. Yes, we're going to the opera, the ballet, checking out some stuff for Rockefeller owned, Madam C.J. Walker. It's going to be pretty amazing. So
we're going to switch contacts because I would like to see some investors. I have some ideas. Would like to go your way.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. So y'all follow me on Jewel Tankard, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Thanks for having me, EmEz. I appreciate it.
Jewel, it was a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a sit down. Come and catch the vibe. Welcome to Easy Weekend.
It's Easy Weekends. Cats can't see me.